All right, I think we are live.
Yay, we are. I think
Can you hear me
so.
okay? Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, good to
all
see
right. Before we get
you.
started, we're going to let some more people in here. But in the meantime, go ahead and introduce yourself. I always like to kick this off with introducing yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're from. And I'm actually here in Ohio. Pretty good weather today. And Christy, you're in the Tennessee area, right?
Yeah, I'm near
In
Knoxville,
Knoxville? Okay,
Tennessee.
perfect.
Mhm.
All right.
It's really, really
Oh yeah,
nice. It's a nice place to
kind of
live.
kind of
Yeah.
similar weather to Ohio, I would say.
Ohio. It is.
Maybe a few
Yeah, I
degrees
think so.
difference, but
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
So, anyways, this is live. We are going to wait for some more folks to get in here, but you're in the right spot. This is no product required. Make your first sale and many more after as an affiliate without having to create, ship, or advertise. So, while we're waiting on more to get in here, go ahead and put in the chat. Introduce yourself, where you're from, what you're currently doing right now online, or what your goals are, and that way we can kind of get to know each other a little bit more. And like I said, we're just getting started here, so we're gonna wait some. I just sent the last email out actually less than an hour ago, so not much of a warning, but hopefully technology, hopefully it plays nice, and we will get a replay out of this. But if not, then consider yourself lucky because this is the right spot to be in
Right.
live. I
It's
guarantee that.
yeah.
So and so also a friendly reminder, turn off all distractions. Okay. So, obviously if you have social media up and stuff like that, it's going to keep you distracted. So I always recommend turn off distractions. Save your questions to the end. We are going to have questions in the end if you have any burning questions you want to ask us. And the last thing is for the best experience is to view this on your desktop computer. Obviously, it's not required, but we do recommend doing that just because it's kind of a lot of bandwidth on the phone and stuff. So, but while we're waiting, go ahead and introduce yourself. Put in the chat where you're from. I'm from Ohio. Christy's from Tennessee, and I'm just excited to get on here live. It's been a while since we've done this, and I went to Christy, and she's always up to something. I'm always trying to, figure out what she's doing. She's always got great
Yeah,
advice, and that's the thing is, you are the average of who you hang out with, right? So, just
that's
us
true.
hanging out today is going to, you know, we're going to leave here having something we didn't have before this, right? It's a lot better than just turning on Netflix and kind of, getting lost binge watching that. But at least we're going to get some value here. So, while we're waiting, this is the right spot. No product required. Make your first sale and many more after as an affiliate without having to create, ship, or advertise. While we're waiting for more to get on, though, go ahead and introduce yourself. We have Gina from Honolulu. Heck yeah.
I did they? What?
Welcome. Welcome, Gina.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Gina. Gina, what's the weather like over there? Hot? Probably hot, but beautiful.
hmm
That is such a beautiful place to live, really.
Don't be shy, everybody who's just getting on here. Go ahead and put in the chat. By the way, there could be a little bit of a delay, like maybe 10 to 20 seconds, depending on your internet and how good that is. So, we do recommend staying to the end. Not sure if this is going to have a replay. Sometimes
Okay.
technology doesn't play nice all the time. So to guarantee, experiencing this whole thing is actually staying here with us. So we got Charles from San Antonio, originally from Cleveland. Hey, Cleveland's not too far
Ah,
from me. That's well, I'm at the southern border of Cincinnati, or well, Cincinnati, southern border of Ohio. But I've been up there. I'm trying to get up there near Put-in Bay, which is a nice little island off the coast of
good
Put-in Bay. I'm sure Charles
day.
knows where that is. That's right off the coast of Cleveland and the
Very cool.
Great Lake Erie. But no, well, there are roads, but everybody typically travels by golf cart there. So it's an interesting spot. Um, so, anyways, this is going to be very casual, almost like a podcast. But I've been craving to get Christy on here. She's always up to something. And just that laugh right there tells you. So, and
Oh,
she's always so generous to give value. And so today, I really, as much as I've sold online, and Christy, I think you can agree with this, as much as I sold online, whether that's digital, physical, or services or anything, it
mhm.
it's still that first sale gives me chills. Like when I create an offer, okay, and I get the
Yeah.
message right with that offer, and I connect that offer
Yeah.
into or put that offer in front of the right audience at the right time,
Uh-huh.
and I get that little PayPal notification on my phone. I don't care if that's a $13 sale or if that's a $200 sale. It just gets me like motivated.
Yeah, me too.
So,
Christina's saying she has no sound,
oh, okay,
Brandon.
I'll write her right here. And by the way, if
Okay.
anybody else runs into any technical issues, sometimes the best thing to do, if you're not already, is view this on the
Yeah, that's true.
desktop computer, if you
Mhm.
aren't, or try refreshing. And the other thing is to refresh the browser. Um, so those two things seem to kind of help it out, right? Because when you refresh, you're
Yeah.
sort of getting more bandwidth from the internet to this, and it sort of loads differently and whatnot. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here in about 30 seconds. While we're waiting, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us where you're from. And I love, it's one thing to email, it's one thing to be on social media, but to be in front of an audience live like this, I always encourage engagement and things like that. So, but this is Make Your First Sale Many More After as an affiliate without having to create and ship or advertise. We have Ike from Washington, D.C. Thanks for joining us. We have Christina here. We have Charles, Gina, quite a few other people. There we go. Go way back in internet history. There you go.
Oh, cool,
That's
Gina. I
awesome.
like that. Thanks. I appreciate that so much. I really do.
Yeah. So,
That's awesome.
and one of the easiest ways, oh, Chris says he's from Easton, Saka. Gosh, I can't pronounce that. We got Michelle from North Carolina.
Saskatchewan. Is that Canada?
Might be Canada.
Saskatchewan
Very cool.
in North Carolina. Awesome. Yeah, Southern girl like me.
Curtis from Kansas.
Curtis, Kansas. Canada. Yeah, I thought that was Canada. Welcome, welcome, everybody. We really appreciate you spending some time
Yeah,
with us this
absolutely.
afternoon.
Absolutely.
Too.
Um,
Yeah, me too, Michelle. I have a little bit of one.
accents are good. Everybody has an accent, just
Mhm. Mhm.
but anyways, so good to have everybody join us. So anyways, back to the story. Getting your first sale is like the most motivating thing, right? Gets a lot of momentum on your side. I think a lot of people, there's a disconnection between mindset and um, success. And I think that sometimes people think that they have to have that feeling of success before they have success. But I've always found that if you get that little bit of success, right? I mean, think about if you're trying to lose weight or anything like that. If you chose a method and then you jumped on the scale and lost a couple pounds, that's going to give you, that's the same feeling really as making your first sale, right? It gives you a good boost of
Yeah,
confidence. You feel great and it keeps you going, right? So you're not going to get that feeling without taking action. And in order
yeah,
to, when you take action and you get rewarded like that, then it is, from my experience, has been the best quote unquote medicine to keep going. And so what I liked about what Christy is doing is she's been able to leverage selling other people's products, right, as an affiliate. And she does so through organic marketing, meaning not advertising, right? So if you guys know me, I have done a lot of advertisement, and there was a point where I was spending about 2,000 a day of my own money. So that's about 60 grand a month of my own money advertising. And I
mhm.
really slowed that down back in last year, May of 2021. Mainly because iOS 14 got released, which is an iPhone update. And what that did was caused a lot of blindness towards advertisers, meaning we couldn't depict which ad was performing better because it just wouldn't fire that data back to us, right? Because the privacy issues and stuff. So I slowed down on that a lot, and a lot of other advertisers that I know have too. So Christy has sort of been who I've turned to kind of learn some of these organic methods. And really, I love hearing her story. So, Christy, if you wouldn't mind, kind of fill us in on how you stumbled upon this. And, obviously, this is a very lean business model, not having to create a product, not having to ship a
Mhm.
product, not having to advertise it. It's like literally taking all the hard work out of the equation. So I'm going to turn it over to
Yeah.
you, and then I'll pop in.
Okay. Okay. Um, One night I was literally laying in bed watching a movie with my husband, and I got on the Pinterest app on my phone, and I had seen. I was always drawn to how I made my first sale because, like Brandon was saying, when you make your first sale, then you realize, hey, this stuff really works. Okay. And to measure success, if you can get one pin up and see that it got saved and clicked on, that's some success. And then you can build on that. If you get one subscriber, your first subscriber, you're like, wow, this really works. And then from there, once you build a subscriber list, then you see more and more sales. And that's what I thought. I thought, you know what? If you listen to anybody that has been online for a long time, they'll tell you to build your email list. So I decided that's what I was going to do. And I was going to do it in Pinterest because number one, Pinterest is free. Number two, I didn't have to make videos if I didn't want to, not the kind where we're doing right now. It's just an image, and I knew where to get them. I knew there were free. There was, like Canva has a free version. That's how I started. So I just would download a really cute pen from Canva, upload it. And at first, all I did was a straight affiliate link. Okay. And I found out that the make money niche is where I started. But I found out that people absolutely love planners and printables. Well, I'd never done any graphic design, and all I knew was Canva. And I thought, well, I wonder if I can do this with just free traffic. When I say traffic, I mean just people that visit Pinterest.
Eyeballs.
Yeah, eyeballs. We call them eyeballs, like my eyeballs and your eyeballs. That's right. It's just people. And people are everywhere online, but they're really on Pinterest. When I found out that there are a lot of buyers on Pinterest, I thought, oh my gosh, why have I been, you know, I've been lazy. I haven't even looked at Pinterest. And so December 2019 is when I got really serious about it. And I started really just observing, how are these bloggers making, like, there's one that makes $5 million a year with
Wow.
printables. And I'm like, what? Why would anybody want to download that many digital downloads? Well, guess what? They do. They do. It's like, I don't know, it's like whatever hobby you're in. If you really like something, it's not what you need, it's what you want. So you don't ever say, okay, I've got enough, blank. I've got enough shoes. I got enough, whatever it is, games, whatever it is that you love. It's the same way with people on Pinterest that love printables. And you may say, what's a printable? A printable is anything that you just, I used to have one on my desk right here, but it's anything that you can just print off at home or send it to like a CVS pharmacy and have it printed in color. And it's not just planners, it's also like printable art, it's calendars, puzzle books, math worksheets, and people sell them on Etsy. They sell them on their own store. They sell them on their blog. And I thought, well, hey, you know what? I really, I really am going to run down a rabbit hole if I try to do all of this myself. And since I started with affiliate marketing from day one, I thought, what if I could just become an affiliate for all these shops that have these gorgeous printables and planners, and I could just get my affiliate link and pin it on Pinterest, meaning I'll just make a little picture and say, for example, if you said 2023 calendar, which is huge, people buy for the next year. So that's a really good tip right there to start right now. Find someone who's selling a 2023 planner, undated and dated, because both of them sell. And then you just go sign up, get your affiliate link, make your really pretty pin, pop your link in there. And then when you get more comfortable, you can build a subscriber list. But that's how it all got started. And I looked at my stats yesterday, and in just one marketplace, and it doesn't count all the individual shops, it's like $30,000 net just from
Wow.
doing that, not my own products. I mean, there's so thousands of dollars to be made, and really millions of dollars are being made by others doing something similar with their own products. But if you're like me and you're not super techy, I mean, I've had to learn it, piece by piece. But when you're promoting someone else's product, you just send them to them. And then you don't have to do the customer service. You don't have to tell them it's a PDF or a JPEG or a PNG or a GIF. Because, when I first got started, I didn't know what all that meant, or a 6x9 or 8x11. You don't have to worry about any of that. You just put your link in there, boom, they go to the shop owner. Shop owner takes care of all the customers you send them. And most of them, Brandon, most of these shop owners pay at least 40%, but most of them pay 50%. And they're moms and grandmothers, and they're happy for you to bring them customers.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Well, and so a couple things there that I notice is, as far as the getting started, I mean, I've seen personally with my students that they get started and they quickly hit a roadblock, and 90% of the time those roadblocks are technical difficulties. In fact, anybody here that's watching, put yes in the chat if you've come across technical issues that have prevented you from moving forward. Put yes in the chat, because I'm going to want to bet there's going to be some yeses coming through.
That's how
I consider myself somewhat tech savvy. Ike says yes. Yeah. I consider myself a bit tech savvy, but I've come across, there's a lot of, especially if you're wanting to do print on demand and things like that, you're running into, having design software, having to figure out how to, export that a certain file and upload that. And, then it's Facebook ads. And then you have to learn how to put the pixel on a page and all that to try to track your sales. And you have to, it's just on and on and on before you even get the chance to start selling, And so a lot of times what I see with students is they sort of hit that roadblock first, right? And then they get frustrated, and then they move on to, they try to move on to something else, and they get frustrated, and they don't even really give themselves the opportunity to sell because they're so focused on everything else. So, when I hear you say that, I like the fact that there isn't much tech stuff going on. And it's like, that's why I call this one of the leanest business models, because there's no advertising going on either. And, the other thing that I heard you say is that you got excited about the engagement that happened as well. And so I always say, shoot for those short wins, right? Those quick wins, because any win is a win, and it's going to get you continuing down that path. So besides the sale, when I'm selling something like a t-shirt, for example, when I was doing it on Facebook more so, besides the sale, if I had a post that got all kinds of engagement and people, commenting, I love this, I need this, and tagging their, boyfriends and girlfriends, can you buy this for me? And, all that kind of stuff. That was the point where it's like, okay, there's some good clues there. I'm feeling good. The engagement's high. and
Mhm.
that was enough to keep me going. And then all of a sudden, sales started popping in.
Yeah.
So that's that's something to consider too. Is there's different levels of winning, and once you do that, you start to get a grip on and the motivation to keep on going. Um, so how would you say? I mean, what's one of your biggest like niches that you've kind of found works for this, like in the printer and you know uh, planners?
The planners and
Yeah,
printables. You know what? It's a huge variety. These shops, Brandon, they put out planners, new planners and printables every week. And it's seasonal, not just seasonal, but they do the seasons, they do fall, um, Thanksgiving, Christmas, every season that you can think of, you can make a printable or a planner around
yeah,
that. And then when you want to really niche it down, there's like one that I bought from one of these planner shops. A lot of them sell PLR, which means you're allowed to resell it commercially. So I bought a ADHD planner that sold. And so there's, I mean, everything that you can think of. Camping planners sell, back to school planners, even here's what's really, this is really just boggles my mind. Like, you could take the same planner and you can just download images to it. If you want to make your own, you don't have to. And you can sell one in any niche. I mean, hiking, I mean, you
yeah.
name it, people buy it. Here's another one I just found that's really selling, and there's shops that you can get your affiliate link and promote it. And one is B&B signs,
B&B.
B&B welcome signs, like people who rent out their
Oh,
room or their
yeah,
house is a B&B.
yeah.
I think I'm saying that right, B&B.
Airbnb,
Um,
right? Yeah,
Airbnb is what I'm
yeah.
trying to say. Thank you,
Or
Airbnb. And
vacation rental
yeah,
by owner, Verbo.
yes. Yeah. Or like here in Tennessee and North Georgia, there is a gazillion log cabin houses that people rent, and we've rented them, and because they're gorgeous. They're absolutely huge, log cabins in the mountains with, game rooms and arcade in the basements. You can bring your whole family there, and we've done that several times. And they have a theme. They even have a welcome book, so you could do a printable, or just find a shop that has a printable or a planner that you can promote that says, welcome to our log cabin, welcome to our lake house, welcome to our beach house. And people buy
Wow.
that all day long. And see, all these shops they have welcome signs, they have puzzle books, they have coloring books. People buy coloring books, and you can just, like I said, you can get your affiliate link. You don't have to create the coloring book. You don't have to create the Sudoku. Am I saying that right?
Yeah,
Sudoku puzzle
yeah.
book. You don't have to do any of this work. All you do is get your affiliate link and send them to the shop. And some of them have really, really adorable, like this is August, kids all went back to school, but they have back to school printables and planners for parents who homeschool. Homeschool is another
Wow.
niche, homeschool printables and planners. So I mean, anything, like, it's the same thing with t-shirts and print on demand. It's the same thing. There's whatever someone's uh, interested in, they will buy a printable or planner about it. It's like a checklist. There's printables and planners for people who suffer with migraines, so they can track their migraines. People who want to track how many glasses of water a day they drank. So there's a water tracker. So I mean, anything that's like a daily habit, exercise tracker. Um, there's people who read their Bible. There's scripture tracker where you can track what you read in your
Yeah,
Bible. Um, I mean, so anything that you can think of. There's vacation. Travel has exploded,
yeah.
since everybody's getting
Oh,
back
everybody
into
had
travel.
total cabin fever.
Yeah. Yes. It's so now the travel logs and travel plans. And I've even seen a printable that was like what to pack in your suitcase
So,
for my next.
and also just to put just for people who are just okay, cool. People are having some technical issues, so I'm over here moderating that. But yeah, if you guys can hear me, if for some reason the sound goes out or the picture disappears or we disappear, just try refreshing your browser. Also, try closing out any other unnecessary tabs. Like Facebook just sucks so much of the internet because it's a constant refreshing website. So, obviously, if you have any streaming stuff in the background, Netflix or anything like that, that's going to compete. But anyways, gosh, so much to talk about. So people who are just getting on, to catch you up, Christy is telling her story about how she was sort of stumbled upon printables and planners. And she went even one step simpler by not designing these, and going down this rabbit hole of trying to design and recreate the wheel when it comes to these niches.
Right.
One thing that you always said, and I love, is, and I've heard this before, but it's such a good reminder: the riches are in the niches, right? The riches are in the niches. That means, and you heard her, moms who homeschool, that's a niche, right? Moms or dads who have kids that are homeschooling them. Even more niche, moms who have, fourth graders that they're homeschooling. So you can get as lean as it is. Like if you're doing a t-shirt, that's a whole different design, right? That's a whole different something you have to do, and you have to upload and you have to promote it. With printables and planners, by the way, these are digital files, meaning PDFs that are zipped up. And when somebody actually purchases it from you, you're not shipping anything. You're not packing anything. You're not having to drive down to the local post office and put it in a little bag and send it away with a printing label. You're literally, it's automatically getting delivered to the person instantly. And then that person is taking that digital file and printing it out on their home printer themselves. And then that's how they get those, what she was saying, guest books. A lot of these Airbnbs, think about that. How many Airbnbs are active right now? Let's check. I'm going to do a little Google search.
Yeah, I know. When I found that, oh my gosh, I thought, wow, there's a niche that probably people aren't targeting, and it's one of the biggest sellers on Etsy.
5.6 million people. I just did a Google search. 5.6 million people have Airbnb listings worldwide. And what Christy said, which I think is a genius idea, is a lot of those Airbnbs will have a guest book per se, right? Where you can sign in and say a little note, or maybe they have some different signs hanging up around the house. That can be solved, and these are solutions that people are looking for, but that can be solved through printables and planners. Okay. And that is what you're doing, is you're providing a solution. If somebody is an avid traveler and maybe they want a journal, but maybe they want that theme of the journal to be travel, and maybe there's some travel quotes in there to keep them motivated and excited. Well, rather than creating it yourself, you simply go find somebody out there who already has this created, and then you can be what's called an affiliate. Okay. And so when you're going to when you're sending that, or when you're selling those, every time somebody buys it, then you get a percentage. And like she said, a lot of those percentages are 50%, right? And so it starts to add up, especially when there's no advertising costs behind it. So it feels good because you're providing a solution for people that need these tools, that they can't go to Walmart and buy, that they can't go to Target and buy. These are like niche. And so you're able to sort of fill that gap in while getting paid to do so. And so that's really, I don't know of any other lean business model out there that I've seen that I can name off the top of my head, because there's literally nothing that you're doing other than putting the right product in front of the right audience at the right time. That's it.
And here's another one. I've seen that's real popular is Wi-Fi password. I mean, okay, so you rented a cabin, in the mountains, and you're the hostess. I mean, it belongs to you. You're going to want, like one page that says Wi-Fi password for your guest. I mean, that's the first thing we all look for, right? We go in a motel or we rent a
Guilty.
place. It's like, what's the password? What's the Wi-Fi password? I mean, so it's things that people use, like Brandon said, you're solving a problem, but the beautiful thing about it is these shops are doing it for you. You're just like the middle person. You're like the
Yeah.
billboard, um, pointing them to, there's what you need. And then you get 50% without having to know how to make these images. If you do, great, use these ideas and make some yourself. But if you're like me and it's not your strength, but you want to do affiliate marketing and or you just want to make sales with Pinterest, this is a great idea. I'm teaching my sister absolutely, actually, Brandon, I didn't tell you, my younger sister, she's 10 years younger than me and she wants to learn. So we're probably getting on the phone tonight and I'm teaching her this very thing because she's so excited about
That is
Pinterest.
really cool.
So, yeah, Michelle, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is a family
Um,
advantage. But I mean, I always say if I wouldn't recommend it to my sister, I'm not going to recommend it to you because it's not just a fly by night. I've been doing this since December 2019.
oh,
So I've been doing it all week.
always the older
So
sister having to teach the younger ones to do,
I know. Always the
All right, I have a
older.
question for everybody. So, speaking of Pinterest, so we learned that Airbnb 5.3 million active listings on Airbnb. That's a lot, and that's not even counting Verbio, which is a whole different platform, similar but platform. Put in the chat how many active monthly users do you think were in July last month? How many active users do you think it was on Pinterest? Put in the chat right now what you think that is. I'll tell you right now, it's over 100 million. But how many do you think
It's
it
fine, but
was last month on Pinterest, active users? I'd like to see what everybody's guess is. Michelle says 165 million. Christina says 200 million. Don't Google, no cheating, by the way. Don't cheat like I just did. All right, so we're hovering around 200 million. Last month on Pinterest, active, not just people popping in, active,
Mhm.
433 million active users.
Oh, gosh, it's gone up. Last time I
According to
checked, it was 250.
datareporttool.com. 433
Wow.
million people. That's more than the population of the United States of America and United
Wow.
Kingdom. I don't, a lot of countries combined. That's a lot of people, in other words.
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
yeah,
And so
it is.
when you think that there's not enough slice of the pie, or maybe you're late to the game or whatever it may be, I mean, I
Mhm,
couldn't even imagine, most celebrities and artists, they're filling up stadiums with, I don't know how many people, 10,000 people, 20,000, but we're talking 433 million people. So imagine when you start to really zone in on who these people are, you could literally go for any niche, right? I mean, if you had a
mhm,
dartboard and you had moms who have homeschool kids, you know,
mhm.
parents of, or bulldog lovers, English bulldog lovers, and all these different niche, hiking, camping,
Yeah,
and you threw a dart at
yeah.
that niche, you could literally have
Mhm,
success in that because there are so many people actively on
mhm,
Pinterest. And the cool thing about Pinterest is you've really cracked the code on how to leverage that traffic and how to sort of, you got some little tricks up your sleeve where you're able to stand out from the other pins, and you really have cracked that code on getting that, which I'm telling you, I mean, if you can figure out how to harness traffic, you don't even have to,
mhm,
that the reason why I chose the theme your first sale is because I want you to get that first sale quick, because I want you to get that motivation, because I want you to keep going.
mhm,
And when you can keep
mhm,
going, I started out selling t-shirts, right? Today,
mhm,
I can sell anything I want, you know? And so once you learn how to harness traffic, get it in front of the right people and at the right time, that's the key too.
mhm,
Right audience, right offer, right time, then you can literally do it with anything. You can sell anything. You can sell services, you can sell
mhm.
yachts, you can sell real estate, you can do whatever you want. But
Oh,
this is like that, this is like that entry, get in here and go. And that's why I thought, this is going to help people. This is really going to help people out because there's not many technical difficulties. And for all of you who are just coming on here, I was talking, a lot of my students, um, a lot of the biggest issues wasn't the design ideas or wasn't finding the audience. It was like that technical stuff, like how to upload
mm,
images and how to design those images. And this is cool because I think, Christy, you have been able to get this as lean as possible without getting into those technical hurdles, for you to keep selling and focusing on that part. Wouldn't you say?
yes, and we're going to talk about a course that we have to tell you about. But in the course, I've done so many pins for you because when I was teaching school, I didn't have time to figure out how to make a video pin. I didn't have time to figure out how to do any of it. And so it really, really skips you way ahead if you don't have to take months and years to learn each piece of this. And when it's done for you all in one spot, so much easier than trying to. I don't know if you've ever gone down the YouTube rabbit hole, but where you start watching how to this on YouTube and you see another one and then you see another one and you see another one. And you just, at the end of the night, you've made zero money, but you spent 3 or 4 hours watching a piece of this and a piece of that. And I did that for a long time when I first got online. And it wasn't until I started actually buying courses that I thought could help me and really implementing them that it made a huge difference. It really
Yeah.
did.
And you mentioned
Yeah.
YouTube, and it cracks me up when everybody's like, "Oh, I'll just go to YouTube and learn it." It's like, let me ask you something. How many times has that really helped you in the past? It for
Yeah.
me, I go down YouTube and I'll try to get a how to this, and all of a sudden next thing I know, I'm like watching like the most trending thing on the internet. And I just, and the reason is because there's no skin in the game. I mean, it's like flipping on a channel, you're surfing. You're not investing in anything. It's a low bandwidth thing. And you're getting so many different inputs from people that you really don't know if they're doing it. I mean, they're just kind of like more probably worried about getting views and trying to go, get subscribers and things like that. They're a YouTuber. And
Yeah.
so that is really cool. So let's move on to that. And by the way, if you guys have any questions, we are going to open up the floor to questions on this. And I'm sure a lot of you have, tried a lot of different things, and maybe you failed at it. And then you keep seeing other people not failing at it. And it's getting, you just want to figure out a way to make some extra cash, right? Because
Mhm.
whatever
Mhm.
whatever reason it is, maybe it's to go on that extra vacation a year, or maybe it's to pay for college, your kids' college, or maybe it's to visit your kids who decided to abandon you and move to, whatever, because whatever. So whatever kids do these days, right? My kid's 9,
Yeah.
so hopefully he's not going to be moving anytime soon. But so let's talk about that. So
Yeah.
you put together a program, and it sounds like it's just taken everything that you've learned and really organized it in a way that's not a bunch of YouTube videos all over the web. It's a step-by-step system, um, and
Mhm.
the other really cool factor on this is the fact that you've done a lot of the legwork and taken out a lot of that technical stuff by providing a lot of the tools. Is that what you're saying, for people to use?
Yeah, I show you what tools to use to automate it, and I actually give you the videos. And you actually have videos that you can upload.
Wow.
And the other thing is, I do coaching. Every time you have a question underneath each lesson, I answer it, which is so nice because I remember, like with YouTube, I mean, you can ask them a question, but they may or may not ever answer you or answer you a long time down the road. So it's like built-in coaching, which is nice. But one thing I want to encourage you, no matter where you go from here, and after you listen to this, if you can focus and be consistent in one area of something we've talked about, you have a great chance of success. But you have to focus and you have to be consistent. And that's where we all struggle. So if you can just like Brandon said, if you could just see a little bit of success initially, it will, really jumpstart you. Because a lot of this, like our brain will say, yeah, that works for her or that works for
Yeah.
him, but it won't work for me. And if it works for me, it'll work for you. Okay. I'm a baby boomer. If I can learn how to pin, I know you can. Really. There's really no reason in this day and time that anyone can't learn how to do something new. And it really does hurt your brain a little bit and it's uncomfortable, but that's the way we grow. It is true for all of us. The only way you're going to grow is you get out of your own head and let somebody lead you, down a new path of a new idea, and then just do it over and over and over and over. The people that make money online are the people that don't give up. The people that don't make money online are you're chasing too many rabbits, because I read a book that, years ago when I was chasing so many rabbits on YouTube and I was making very little money. And the more I watched, the more confused I got. And number two, the more videos I watched, the more questions I had that there was nobody to answer. So I thought, well, when I figure this out, I'm going to share it. And so that's what this is.
Yeah. So would you guys be interested in seeing what Christy has and what she's put together? And to put a yes in the chat if you are, because I want to get your permission first. But Christina says yes. There might be a little Charles, yes. Michelle, yes. So I'm going to put this, let me change this slide over here. So what Christy did today is, and we may not agree on this price, because especially the fact that you're doing some done for you stuff that you don't have to worry about. John says yes, Michelle, Charles, that's awesome. A lot of yeses coming through. But what she did was she put her entire affiliate pinning secrets program together, which includes all of that, right? The step-by-step training. It includes the done for you videos that you can upload, the done for you pins that you can upload, and things, all the tools you need in one spot, rather than having to go on YouTube or join this person's course for $3,000 and they just go disappear. And she's really been living here in this for a while now. I mean, it really, since really I've talked to you. So, I mean, like, she is the best. Laura's asking, what if I've never used Pinterest? Look, you're not alone. I mean, there's a lot of people that have not used Pinterest, and there's a lot of people that haven't done it. But Christy's going to hold your hand with this and help answer questions. And I think you've probably answered so many questions before that there's videos upon video. I mean, every time I talk to her, she's like, I added more videos. And I know how she's getting those ideas for those videos. It's because students are coming to her saying, Christy, how do you do this? I understand this, but I'm confused about this. Bam. She doesn't just, send you an email. She goes out there and makes a visual so you can follow step by step. So if you go to 365shirtdesigns.com/APS, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat real quick. So it's clickable. Whoops. There we go. You can join her program for the lowest price that I've personally ever seen it be.
It is.
For just a one-time payment of $97. And affiliate pinning success in here. Let's spell correctly. So I'm going to put this link in there, and then all you have to do is click on that. You'll go to a page, and there's actually a video there, but I recommend, we're kind of covering everything in the video. And you also notice in that video that it says $297, but we're not going to charge that today. She wants to make sure that this is sort of that, like, can get in the hands of who needs it most, right? And so we're slashing that price by a lot. And so today you're able to get everything, affiliate pinning secrets, for just a one-time payment of $97. That's not a lot of skin in the game, but that's just enough to get you focused, right? And that's enough to get you
Mhm.
where you don't have to know, is this the right path to go down? Because a lot of
Mhm.
times people won't even start because they don't know where to start. But guess what? You're starting. You're starting by doing nothing. Okay. And so join that link right there, or click the link that I put in the chat. I wish I could pin that actually. I can't pin it, I don't think, but see if I can just grab it real quick and put it in there. Let's see, copy link address. There we go. Here it is right here. 365shirtdesigns.com/APS, affiliate penning success or secrets. Is it secrets or is it success? I might have gotten that wrong. Success.
Success.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, her secrets to
Yeah.
success. I'll say that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's my own secrets to success with Pinterest and affiliate linking, which is, it's been really, really good. I was, really surprisingly shocked when the sales started coming in, and really it's like, I like how Brandon described it as a lean business model, because you don't need a lot of moving pieces. Because when I think that's where we all go wrong, is if you try to do too much at one time. But if you master one source of traffic, and when we say traffic, we talk about people who see whatever it is you want to sell. Somebody at a wedding the other day, and it actually was an engagement party, asked me about doing this kind of stuff. And I said, really? If you can get whatever you're selling, because Laura's asking me, what can you sell? You can sell anything on Pinterest that you can sell on Facebook or all the other
Yeah.
platforms. So it's just where people hang out. So it doesn't have to be a purse. It can be a planner. It can be your affiliate link. And so if I mean, the course is about planners and printables, but you can actually use it to sell anything on Pinterest. So that's a very good question.
Yeah, great question. And now is the time to ask these questions, because we're going to answer those here. And but in the meantime, too, now is the time to go. It's right here. It's 365 Shirt Designs. Or you can click this link here I just put in the chat. 365shirtdesigns.com/APS. And I'll tell you what, when you say hanging out, Christy, we're talking 433 million people hanging out on
Yeah, that blows
Pinterest
my
last
mind.
month,
Seriously, it blows my mind.
July. That's crazy.
And the stat, that's great. That's really grown, because the last time I looked, it was 350
Yeah.
million. Um, and I knew that I had watched a video from a Pinterest strategist about a few months ago, and she was saying it had become a publicly traded company, so it was going to grow. She was
Oh, yeah.
right. I mean, that's amazing. That's
It's like
amazing.
a
So you
rocket.
want to be where the people are. It's what I'm
It's like a
sorry.
rocket. I mean, a lot of times people feel like they missed the opportunity. Like, they just feel like that Pinterest is old news or whatever. But these big companies, I mean, they're not going anywhere. They're making shifts. They're adding new features, and then that brings in more audiences, and it gives you a lot of advantage to be able to do it, especially if you're doing it the right way. So right now. Oh, right now I was going to say is just visit this link here. It's one single payment of $97, and people are already
Yeah.
joining, so we're excited to have you join with us.
Yes. Yes. And I do want to say, Brandon, before we get off, she was saying, do you just deal with companies? Not everybody has an affiliate program. Let me tell you, there are thousands. There are absolutely thousands. And there are of affiliate programs. I mean, you could do this method with anything on shareasale.com, which is thousands of products. I just found the printables and planners niche is just one that people just can't get enough of. And when I found the one blogger that's making millions, of course, there's no guarantee. We're not guaranteeing any income. But I saw her case studies. I have followed her for years, and hers has grown over the years, literally by the millions, some by the thousands. I have online friends who are making thousands with printables. One She was, I mean, I talk to her all the time on Facebook, and she's making between 7 and 20,000 a month from her shop, but she does both personal and
Wow.
PLR. So I'm just telling you, there's all kinds of ways to approach this, but the easiest way is just get your affiliate link and let them do the designing, let them do the customer service. All you do is pin. That's what I'm teaching my sister, because you almost feel panicky when you start something new. So if you can just keep it simple, so all you need is, you just need one link and one
Yeah.
pin every day. One link, one pin, one link, one pin. And you can pin to, somebody who has a HDHD planner. You can pin to somebody who has a Thanksgiving planner, and all these shops. I mean, when I woke up, and this is no lie, this is not hype. This is not anything hypey, because I don't like that either. I woke up literally and saw you just been sent $54 from a shop that I haven't promoted in a long time. And it was planners. It was my affiliate link. She said, I just sent you $54. And $54, you can go buy some groceries for that. You can pay, have a bill with that. You can go fill up your gas tank, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, but
Maybe.
most
I'm just saying,
importantly,
it all adds up. It all adds up. It all adds up. And let me say one
sure
more
thing.
thing, Brandon. I'm
Sure
sorry,
thing.
before I forget. A lot of these shops, they have different cookie links, meaning, some of them last an entire year. So that means if somebody sees your pin on Pinterest and you have put your link in there, and nobody else they haven't seen it from anybody else, within 365 days, you still have an opportunity to make a sale from that pin that you pinned a year ago. And that happens with me all the time, because unlike a lot of these platforms, your Pinterest pins stay on there for years, absolutely years. And I
What's
love
the
that.
365 thing you're talking about?
The
The cookie.
cookie, yeah, the affiliate cookie, meaning if, I get my
Oh,
link, I am cookied to that shop,
yeah.
meaning if somebody clicks on that link in Pinterest a year from now and nobody else has sent them a link to that shop, I get the sale. I get 50% or 40%. And so you're building, I call them little money seeds, is what I call them. So every time I pin, I got another money seed. And I'm going to show you in this course, and I just double checked before we got on here that it's in this section. It's so awesome. There is a free tool where you just go in there and you put your affiliate link, and all these images pop up. And you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you select those pins, and it automatically loads to this calendar, and it drips out while you're sleeping. All these pins. I mean, you could do like, I literally did 20 pins while I was waiting on Brandon to say this, well, let's go live. I did 20
Wow.
pins, because what you want to do is you want to focus, you want to be consistent, and you want to leverage. You want to leverage Pinterest, and you want to leverage this free tool. And I'm going to show you how.
I'm gonna write this down. Focus, be consistent, and leverage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's how to win
I love it.
online. You want to
And here's the
focus
thing, you know, talk
and
about
leverage. Yeah.
compounding. Like you said, 20 pins
Yeah.
before this live, and I don't think that took you
Yeah.
very long or much focus, really, because we were having conversations before the live. So I think that, as an advertiser, as I said earlier in this, um, you know, it the minute I turn off that ad, like I would put a lot of money behind an ad, but the minute I turn that ad off, it would stop being served in the algorithm for people to show, because I only paid per click, right, or paid per view. So when it comes to pins and all that kind of stuff, you're really setting yourself up for sales in the future as well, because like you said, on top of them being cookied, right? Um,
Mhm.
the pin's still going to be there for new users to come across and stumble upon and get cookied, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
constant,
Yeah.
Jamie.
Gets me excited.
Yep,
Yeah. I
Jameis, we're
mean,
excited to
there's
have you. She's signed up, or
yeah, thank you,
Jimmy's.
Janice. Listen, there is one video pin in the course that you're getting for free that you can download. That is my best view pin ever. Hundreds of saves,
Yeah,
thousands of views. and I uploaded it, I don't even know, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago. And it pops up in my notifications every day. 3 people save this pin,
Wow.
4 people save this pin. And what that means is they save it to their board. So it's like their neighborhood. Think of a board like a neighborhood. They saved it to their neighborhood so that when people come to visit their neighborhood, they see your pin. So it goes viral in a good way.
Yeah.
We don't like that word anymore, but it does. It spreads in a good way, in a positive way, to give you lots of potential sales for the future.
Michelle asked, if you do everything you say and be diligent, how long do you feel it would take to get a sale using your program? She's just curious, she said.
You know what, Jimmy's? I used to ask that too, and there is no way to answer that with credibility.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's so many variables online. All I can say is, and I tell my sister this, the same thing. I say, Tammy, just keep doing it. And I said, when you get your first sale, then you'll be like, okay, you just need to do it and do it till you get your first sale.
I agree with that. And earlier you said $50 was your first sale, roughly around there. And that $50 is the biggest lesson learned, and that is it gives you what you need, right? The motivation to keep going. And although $50 isn't much, and I have a similar story too, when in the furniture niche, it is,
Oh,
yeah, it's exciting to get that first paycheck, that first sale,
yeah.
because it's like, I did it. I
Mhm.
did it. I finally got what it
Yeah.
feels like to make money online. And as cliche as that sounds,
Yes,
it
I
really
know.
does work in powerful ways, and it's
Mhm.
not just pension. I mean, not just money. I mean, in any ways,
Yeah.
relationships and
Oh,
health
yeah.
and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that's right. And actually my first sale online ever was probably like $13 and some cents. But from Pinterest, what I learned is I can, like a dollar is a dollar, $13 is $13. And it all adds up because there's so many people looking for printables and planners. There are 5 million people, according to Pinterest, looking for the word printables every month. 5 million people.
Wow.
And so inside the course, you actually have a list of what people are actually looking for so you know which ones to promote.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I've tried to put it all there to make it easy for you. So I give you the shop names, I give you the links, I give you the tool to leverage it and the pins themselves. I mean, you would have a long time before you ran out of the pins in the course and before you even had to start thinking about making new ones. So
So
that's a good thing.
to get all of this, you're just going to go to 365shirtdesigns.com/APS, affiliate pinning success, not secrets, secrets to success. And you're going to get everything. You're going to get everything that she's mentioned. And honestly, I mean, I've never seen such a good starting point with any course. I feel like that most courses give you a little bit of information, and there's still so much guesswork. And I'm not talking about low end, dollar courses. I'm talking about like really expensive courses out there. I've
Yeah.
seen some courses go for $2,000, and they literally teach you how to get likes on your page. And I'm thinking, well, I get it. It's a win. But this is a true step by step. It's a true step by step thing, to get you started and get to that first sale. Because once, like I said earlier in this webinar, once you learn how to leverage and harness traffic and understand that, then you could sell anything. And last month, 433 million people, 5 million of those are actively looking for planners. But there are
Mhm,
people who are not just looking for planners. People
mhm.
who have an Airbnb might come across Pinterest and see, oh, I need that guest book. Oh, I need that Wi-Fi planner, right? I need that. Bam.
Mhm,
They click on it,
mhm.
they check out. You don't have to deal with customer service. You don't have to deal with
Yeah,
packing, creating, shipping, anything, yet
yeah,
money comes
awesome.
into you, right? And then it's
Yeah.
you're not, it's that person's, the vendor, we'll call them, the vendor who
Mhm.
created it, is the one who's going to worry about customer service and do all that. And so just by removing all of that from the equation,
Mhm.
you wouldn't have been able to do 20 pins before this live call if you would have had to create a product for each pin, if you would have had to, hire a designer in the Philippines to design these planners for you. You know how to do it.
Yeah,
It's a simple formula.
yeah.
And so Michelle asked, how do you get
Yes.
your, or how long is it going to get your first sale? Just know that this formula works to get your first sale. And as long as you're sitting here and doing what Christy's telling you to do, it's going to happen. Okay. And other than that, I mean, otherwise you're going to go down the YouTube rabbit hole and try to figure it out yourself. You're going to hit technical
Mhm.
difficulties. You're going to get frustrated, and then you're going to give up. And then you're going to be right to the drawing board saying, what do I do now? What do I do now?
Yeah.
Do I do TikTok? Do I do this? Do I do that? So here is that roadmap. Here is that. Here it is, on a silver platter, a golden platter. And that's the way that I always say to do it, because um, just to go off on a rabbit hole ourselves on here. And by the way, right now is the time. I'm going to put that link in there again. It's 365shirtdesigns.com/APS. Thanks to all who have joined. I'm so excited to revisit and
Yes,
hear your success
and
stories
welcome.
coming up here soon. But let me tell you something. I've been in online selling things for a decade now. Um, Everything you can think of, everything from dog shampoo to print on demand products like mugs and t-shirts to courses on teaching people how to find and flip furniture. And that was one of my biggest last business things that I kicked off the ground, because I love being able to figure out how to put this together. And to this day, I remember I was sitting in a spinning class. Who here does any spinning classes? It's really, really hard.
I haven't a long
Long
time ago.
time. So
It was very hard. I actually
it gets
passed
hard.
out.
But
It
I
was
was
hard.
sitting there doing the spinning class and somehow doing spinning while holding my phone in the other hand. And I got this email and it said, so and so bought your furniture flipping course for
Oh,
$67. I think it was even
oh, yeah.
47 then when it first came out, $47. And I was like, yes, yes. That was like it. That was like the emotion I wanted. Why? Because that gave me the clue, or really that solidified that I was on the right path to making a second sale, to making a third sale, to making a fourth, fifth, 100th sale, a $2,000
Yeah.
day, a $4,000 day. And so that is, so many people are out there screaming, here's how to make 6 figures a month. Here's how to make this. It's like, no, 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 no. You have to get that first sale. You have to get that feeling of
Yes.
momentum
No, it's
to
true.
keep going.
It's true.
And
It's true.
what better way to do it than your program, because you're not having to deal with creating, you're not having to deal with packing, advertising, which is going to completely knock you on your butt and discourage you
Yeah.
and cost you more
Yeah.
money, really. But this is like $97 one time, and you got all the tools you need. That's insane. That's insane. In a good way, insane. Christy, you're not
Yeah.
insane. You're a mad scientist at what you do.
Yeah. Thank you.
But so I say we just I'm cool with like another few minutes if you guys have some more questions. If not, looking forward to everybody joining here. It is 365shirtdesigns.com/APS, affiliate pinning
Mhm.
success. Charles says, see you in the course. Looking forward to it. And
You
Christy's going to
there.
be there helping you guys out with this. Now, talk about too. So there are a couple little add-ons throughout that funnel. Would you like to mention those? Those are worth probably scooping up too, as well. And I think that those could help. But right now, guys, if you have any more questions, I know we're all busy here, but go ahead and put those in the chat. Now's the time, and we'll get to you with that. So, and hopefully, I mean, it really depends, but hopefully we can get a replay out and send that out as well. John asks, Christy, do you need an autoresponder? That's a good question.
Yeah, I was typing, you don't have to begin with one, but once you see your first sale, you need to go in there and edit the pin and put your autoresponder link in there. But you don't have to start with one. And I'm teaching the same thing to my sister, and she's actually signing up tonight with AWeber because I told her the first thing you do is you just learn the process because you don't want to overwhelm your brain. You really don't. So just start with the affiliate link. And then when you're ready to do the autoresponder, I can help you with that. Laura, I think I want to do this. I just need a couple questions in the email I sent. I will watch the replay. Okay, Laura, and I'll look at your email. Okay, great. AWeber. Well, AWeber is one of the few that likes affiliate marketers. Some of them ban you from affiliate marketing. So I've been with AWeber for years and I love it. And the customer service is great. They have live chat. They have a 1-800 number. They've never let me down. So that's why I do AWeber. Okay.
All right. Those are great questions. All right. Any more
Very
questions? I think that we're good to go. I really appreciate everybody stopping in the middle of the day like this, coming on board. Jamise, sorry, says, wow, there is so much info in this course. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the opportunity. Michelle says, thank you so much. I can't spell.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
Hey, that's me. We'll blame it on autocorrect this time. I write every day and I still have to use what's called Grammarly and I even do the premium version because it's just English is a hard language to this day and it's my number one. So all right, cool. Well, we'll try to get this replay out, but as Jamise says, this course is packed full, and Christy's always coming to me with hey, I added this video. I did more every time. I'm like, my head's gonna explode, you know. And so you know, that's the cool thing is, you know, you're paying a one-time payment of $97 and you're getting like this living, breathing course that is constantly being added new material without a monthly subscription. So now's the time, guys. Click on or go to 365 Shirt Designs /APS or click the link that I just posted and get signed up.
Yeah. And Brendan, I need to mention, if they see 2 more sales pages, what you're seeing is a PDF of shops that I recommend, but they're individually listed in the course. But if you just want a PDF, you can download that. And then the other thing you're going to see is I do a monthly video pins in addition to that you may or may not want. Totally up to you. So if you have any questions, just email me and we'll help you out.
All right. I think that wraps this up. Christy, thank you so much for coming on again and sharing your stories and inspiration for people and offering such a great path for people to get started. And you're always welcome back. So, all right, everybody. Again, we'll try to get this out to y'all, the replay. And thanks again for joining us. Y'all have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week, and we'll see you on the inside.
Thank you, John. Bye-bye. Thank you, Brandon.